Hi everyone, we're two crafty Sheilas. I'm Belle and Kim's here with me. We are doing our first ever premiere video thanks to the wonderful, wonderful ladies Brittany and Robin over at Sparkling Diamonds. Of course, I will link them down below, but you've probably come to us from them. They're currently hosting the small shop event at the moment, so that's what this video is going to be all about. It's going to be about all of the wonderful small shops that are part of our community, and obviously if you haven't found us before, welcome. I really hope you enjoy our channel, and if you're one who's following us along and joining us for this crazy ride, welcome back. We love having you. If you are new to our channel, you can probably hear we are Australian. We definitely have our Aussie accents on. So we really wanted to showcase the wonderful small shops that the Australians have to offer. There are a couple of New Zealand companies that are around. We have yet to try them, so we will mention them later so that if you want to check them out, you can. I have heard really good things about them and I do want to get them, but we're going to focus on what we've bought before and what we know. So Kim, how are you? Tell me, what are you working on? Let's do the things.
Yeah, I'm very well. I'm currently working on, let's see if I can get this shown. Oh, we got it right. No, we
didn't. You're close.
Somewhere there. It is called Peacetime. It's by Creativity Squirrel.
Nice.
Yeah, I've put a few drills down so far, and I have to say, quality top notch.
Good.
Top notch. I'm over the moon.
Diamond. Well, I was going to say, I haven't actually bought a kit from Bex before, so I'm really glad that you're trialing it to see what the quality is like, because I know her other products have been really, really good.
Well, I would put this as equivalent to some of the top.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Some of the top shops, I would put this as equivalent so far. I mean, wonderful. I've only put down about 20 drills, but so far I'm over the moon.
No, that's awesome.
It's fantastic. Oh. I'm pleasantly surprised.
That's so good. I will link all of these small shops that we talk about down in the comments down below. So definitely go and check them out if you haven't already. They are really, really good shops.
Yes.
Yes. The other part with Bex is, did you end up having any of the waxes and putties? Because I know she's got a few different things that are available.
Yes, I am currently using I'm not doing now. I'm currently using the coconut mint slice putty from Bex.
Nice.
Yep, and I am using a beautiful, oh God, I am not having a good day. Beautiful tray by Fantasy Sparkills.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Yep, and a gorgeous pen by a small French. Oh, come on. A small French. Yeah, small French turner. So, yeah.
Oh, that's that Stylodecobois one, isn't it?
Yes.
I believe you told me last time that they've closed now, though, haven't they?
No, that was Says Plus Boa Tours.
Oh, okay. I will link the Stylodecobois.
Yes, Stylodecobois.
Yep, that one.
No, he's still going. He's some beautiful pens up at the moment.
Nice.
He makes both minis and normal size pens, so yeah.
And you're definitely a minis fan, aren't you?
I'm a minis fan, yes. I have small hands, and the larger pens just feel unbalanced for me.
Fair. Yep. So I am working. Oh, sorry. Is there anything else you're working on?
No.
No? So I am working on a diamond painting from Aurora Diamond Art. Now, I did buy this. They're one of the companies that do make to order. I just didn't want to have to wait the 8 weeks for a company I've never tried before. So I actually saw that they had there was like a sale, like an order that she'd put in. It's Bianca over there. Bianca had put in an order for somebody, and they'd ended up cancelling their order. So she had a couple that she needed to move. So because she had it in stock then, I was more than happy to try it out. So it is why it's double-sided adhesive. With Aurora, you do get a choice between double-sided adhesive and poured glue. So I would have preferred poured glue, but it's what she had, so I'm taking it. So this is the absolutely adorable little image. It is so cute. So yes. And it's just a little 50 by 50 round. So this is the card with all the details for Aurora. Like I said, I'll pop this in the description down below so you don't need to remember it, but pretty cool. As far as all the other things, I'm so sorry if you're hearing my dog. The other things I've got is I do have a tray by KC Designs. So it's this ginormous tray. It's absolutely humongous, but it is a beautiful tray. I do like it. And KC Designs are on Etsy. I think like they've got that entry level price point. And it was the first sort of pen I had other than like an Amazon pen. So they had some of those like, you know, turned resin acrylic type pens. So that was quite a nice one. That was the first pen I bought. And they do have like scented waxes. So it's a really subtle scent, but it is a hard wax. So I do tend to find I can really only use it here in summer. It's a little bit too hard to use in winter, unless I've like sat on it or, you know, done something like that to really warm it back up. But yeah, they're beautiful, really subtle scents. So I quite like those ones. So they're my KC Designs. My pen that I'm currently using is this one. The blanks are generally all bought from, is it All Things Handcrafted? I think it's called. They do beautiful, beautiful blanks. And one of the lovely ladies in the Australia and New Zealand DAC fans Destash Facebook group, her husband decided he wanted to start doing a little bit of pen turning. So she orders in a heap of different blanks on occasion, and then she gets him to turn it, and they just sort of sell it through the Destash page group. So this is one of them, but like you can tell how much I love their blanks because these are all the other pens that I have from them. Just beautiful, beautiful. I love this one. We always call this one Facebook Jail.
That's beautiful.
So it's such a gorgeous little color. But they did have like a couple of the acrylics because they wanted to try that and make it a cheaper price point for some people. And then the sort of the cheaper resin. But then these beautiful ones, these are definitely All Things Handcrafted as well. So absolutely adore them. I love those little butterflies, and the little butterflies in this one too. They're just
that's pretty.
Just really, really pretty pens.
I have a thing for pen.
Yes, so do I. I'm definitely trying to slow down with my pen buying. I don't want to be that person that has like 100 pens, like, you know, a single use because you've bought another one. Like I don't want to be at that stage. But definitely do like to have a very pretty pen to go with my kits where I can. But I have found like not everyone is that way. I'm not too picky with my pens. I actually don't mind them a little bit chunky. I don't mind them a little bit thinner. I think it just depends on my mood on the day. But to me, it's more about the actual pour itself. So yeah. My cover minders, my beautiful little cover minders, they are from a little Australian company that they make needle minders, but you know, we use them as cover minders. So it's one called AllyBeeDesigns. So they're a pretty nice little bunch. They've got like a heap of those sort of cartoony ones. So I ended up with a heap of different cute ones. I do love that one for my drills and chills and all things Halloween. And of course, Doctor Who. You know, you can't go anywhere without Doctor Who, right? Bookworm. And then another Books Are Magic. I love that. But of course, I had to have my wombat, and we do love our cats here. So we've got those. My other stuff. Oh my goodness, too many things to talk about. Okay, putties. So you mentioned Creativity Squirrel. So this is their card because I've also bought from Creativity Squirrel. I haven't done a DP yet though. I'm hoping I'll get to that. but I know that Bex has quite a few different designs for DPs, and she's also got a lot of scented putties, and she started to get into some of the specialty drills. So she sells a lot of, like, you know, your dust drills or your ABs, or as we like to call them at the Two Crafty Sheilas, AAs, because we like to name them after the Aurora Australis, but ABs, same thing. And she started doing these ones called swirlies. I really want to get some. I'm just too scared to enhance it myself. But I think they're really, really cute. But she's also got a hard and sticky wax. So when you do buy some of her stuff, she usually does just throw in a little tester pot so that you can give it a go. I haven't actually tried that yet. But you can see I do love her scents because I have this many. So I've got bubblegum, red velvet cupcake, I've got fairy floss, I've got white tea ginger, I've got sprinkles, ginger snap, and a Tahitian honey. So beautiful, beautiful scents. But the one that I have in my pens today, so I bought this when it was the original company, which was called Ozzie Putty. The business has been sold, and the current owner is now, I'm pretty sure it's Corey, and it is called, her business is now called Putterfly Creations. So I am going to be doing a buy from her once she's finalized herself setting up. She's only just bought the business, so they're all in the process of changing over, but I do have an order in with her, so hopefully I will get that soon. But I have 4 scents that I know that it's the same oils, so I can sort of expect the same sort of a quality, but you can see the size of them, like they're big chunky bags. So the one I'm using today is raspberry and vanilla, so beautiful smell. And next, I definitely wanted to show my Fantasy Sparkles. So I'm not using my tray today, but I know that we've already seen Kim's, and they've got their beautiful business cards. Now, I know Matt over at Fantasy Sparkles, he's undergoing a little bit of a health treatment at the moment. I honestly wish Matt all the best. I really, really hope he pulls through. He is an amazingly nice guy. I'm going to say he's that typical Aussie guy. He's just so friendly and helpful. He, you know, like when you make communication with him, he's happy to help you with anything. Like, I know you said there was something about the tray that you weren't a huge fan of. He revamped it for you.
Yeah, he custom made this one. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he took the washi tape thing out of it for me, so it's just a basic tray. Yeah,
that's right. It was the washi tape. Yeah, no,
and he did it so quickly.
Yes, he's so lovely. I really, really like Matt.
Yeah, he's lovely to chat to, and he's just a genuine person.
He is. I feel for him having to go through this, but he's a strong and he's a good bloke. I think he's going to pull through. And look, he lives in a really good part of the world where they have world-class specialists there. So I think he is in really, really good hands. And so I'll show you some of the trays that I've got. Matt's does amazing work. And I love when you get their mini little trays. Sorry, words are hard today. You get this adorable little box. So cute.
Yeah, the box. The box is gorgeous.
I love it.
I kept mine.
Yeah, they're so good. When I bought them, I just got a couple of different ones because I just wanted to try it. So I just got the mini ones to see, but like these are they call them the dragon scale ones because they've got that two-tone to it. They're beautiful. I just got a plain purple, which is beautiful. Of course, it's purple. And I wanted to try the glitter one. I will say probably, it's a really, really pretty one. I had a blue one as well, but I did give it away in a swap type thing. I'm not as much of a fan with the glitter. I find that although most of the Fantasy Sparkles trays are great with rounds and squares, I find the glitter, it's just a tiny little bit, I'm going to say thicker, and it's not as good for the rounds. Like that one definitely has to be a smaller one. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, that's okay. That's still workable. You know, so many of our kits end up being squares anyway, so it's not the end of the world.
Oh yeah. No.
And then my favorite tray. It's just a beautiful one. There's a couple of little print flaws in here, so it's why I got it as a bit of a markdown. It was one of their, you know, although they call them the ugliest trays or whatever. But I just love that it's all a mix and match. You know, you would normally have a better matching than this, but we've got our glow in the dark green. I have found out it's glow in the dark with that beautiful pink. It's ended up with a little tray stopper, which is like blue and yellow, and then of course there's, you know, tealy colored lids. So it is very much a hodgepodge mix of colors, but I still think it's a beautiful tray, and it just,
I like it.
It holds the drills beautifully. I really, really like the tray.
Yeah, so does mine. It's amazing.
Yeah. And the other thing that Matt did, I can't believe he still did it, is these beautiful little printed cover minders. So these are the ones that I've got to share out with girls. So Loz is going to get one, and of course Kim is going to get one as well. But they're beautiful.
They're beautiful. Yeah.
And like you said, he just printed them up so quickly. So I'm just going to leave that there because I like that one.
Yeah, I'm really taken with Matt.
Oh, he's amazing. I really, really hope he doesn't feel as flat as he thinks he's going to. I really hope he comes
I'm
back.
hoping. Yep.
But the other thing that I had in my pen is, of course, because it's Australian, we had to go with the original, the Everlasting Tips. So great Australian company. They're based over in Perth. So way over the other side of the country, but just beautiful, beautiful, good quality stainless steel tips. So I really enjoyed those too.
I'll get there eventually. There we go.
Hey, nice.
I have them too.
Yeah, no, they're great.
I love them.
They're good quality, so you're paying for what you get.
They're heavy.
So I tend to find that, you know, I'll buy in bulk around those Black Friday sale times, and then hold out till next year, and that's
exactly.
Okay. Like at least I still feel like I'm supporting a great Aussie business.
Yeah.
But as far as other small shops, like there's heaps and heaps that are around. You know, there's new ones that are opening all the time. I really want to try a couple of New Zealand ones. So definitely, I'm going to say honourable mentions for Puttylicious. So Sim over in New Zealand, she started up a little putty making business. I have heard wonderful things about her, so I really want to give her a go.
But she's sending me some stuff over.
Sorry?
She's sending me some of her putty over.
Oh, have you already done an order with her?
We did a little deal, yes.
Oh, you did not tell me about this. What?
It was only just done.
How are you keeping this from me? Oh, my goodness.
So hopefully I'll receive them in the next few weeks.
Oh, that is exciting. I can't wait to do an unboxing for that one then. And the other one I want to try is, of course, Pixel Pages. They do a lot of different 3D printed things. They've also got some of their, like, I'm going to say like your smaller canvases. I wouldn't call them minis, but they're certainly not smalls. They're that in-between size. Travel size, maybe? Is that a better way to describe them?
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, and like I think they've started to go into a little bit of putty and things like that as well. So they've got a bit of a hodgepodge. I would really like to give them a try. So I'll be keeping my eyes out for that one. And the other one that I'd really like to give a go, and I'm going to include her in with the Kiwis because she's a Kiwi, although she's lived in Australia for quite a while, is Rose Profit. So, of course, a lot of the community know her for her art creations, but she does have her own little diamond painting company. And I really want to give that a go at some stage. I need to get my stash down first, but I will definitely be buying. But yes. Have you got any other Aussie or New Zealand companies that you're keen to try, Kim?
No, just want to try Pixel Pages. Not that I can think of off the top of my head right now, no.
Okay. Oh, the one I forgot to mention with Fantasy Sparkills as well is they've got diamond painting.
Yes.
So I've got a diamond painting of theirs that I am hoping to get to soonish to show off their beautiful quality. But there's probably no rush if the shop's temporarily closed at the moment. So that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we thought we would also do for the rest of some of this time is, because a lot of our viewers are from overseas, they don't necessarily know a lot about Australia. So we thought we would share some Aussie facts and Aussie information. So you're probably going to get a lot of background noise in some of my videos when I record outside, because we get a lot of birds where I live. So you might be lucky to sometimes hear a kookaburra, but more often than not, they're going to be the magpies and the crows and the lorikeets and all the other animals. We also, at my house, we get a lot of kangaroos first thing, like sunrise and sunset. I knew I was going to be recording this video, so I have actually started taking a few photos. So I'm going to pop up, I only took a couple, but I am going to pop up a couple of photos now so you can see just how close they get to our house. It's rather close. So there's usually a little bit of watching with my little 5-year-old boy to make sure he doesn't make too much noise and spook them and end up getting in a boxing match, because that's entirely likely.
Oh, yeah.
But okay, Aussie facts. So I know one of the big things that a lot of people don't realize, because of course we're so far away and we've got no other land around us, people don't have a concept of our size. So one thing that I always find fascinating is, I don't know how it's described. Is it for the US? Is it the main 48 or the continental 48? Is that what they call it? So excluding Alaska and Hawaii. Basically, Australia is essentially the same size as the 48.
Yep.
So,
it's big.
You know, when it's a really, really big country. And again, you know, as that comparison, like I know Americans make a bit of a thing about, you know, everything's big in Texas. Texas is actually quite small compared to some of the Australian states. So, yeah, you know, like you've got 48 states in that size, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states and 2 territories. So we end up having a fairly big sort of an area. So to put it in comparison, Queensland, which is the state that I live in, it's the second largest state in Australia. It's approximately 2.6 times bigger than Texas.
Yep.
So it's definitely not that big. But for you, because I know you're Victoria,
Yes.
it's around about 3 times your size.
Yep.
Yeah. So just as a comparison.
Yeah.
So next fact is, and I have heard this, but I never remember this one. The Australian Alps get more snow each year than the Swiss Alps.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah. You know, we're certainly not a country that is well known for snow.
Oh, we're not.
And especially at this time of the year, like we're coming into, well, at the moment it's the start of spring.
Spring. Yep.
But have you got the same heat wave that we've got? Because it's really feeling
No.
like summer already.
No.
Oh, okay.
We've got rain.
So, oh, you poor thing.
Rain, wind. We're typical spring. Rain and gale force winds.
Oh my gosh. Okay, no. We are basically early summer. So
I'm jealous.
all of last week we had highs of a minimum of 30.
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah. And we had a couple of days of 37. So
oh, wow.
Yes, we are well and truly feeling the
20.
heat. Oh my gosh. I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. We're already back to, we were debating having the air conditioning on to go to sleep because
oh, not surprised.
As some of our viewers are well aware, if you're living down under, our summer, all of our ads for better power economy and things, they all talk about the fact that we should not put our air conditioners below 25. And so we were sleeping some nights in 25 degrees. So it was quite warm to start with. Yeah. So I think we're going to have a very, very hot summer this year. We're already feeling it.
Yep.
But yes, so I thought it was interesting that the Aussie Alps gets more snow than the Swiss Alps.
Yeah.
We definitely do have some really good skiing. I know that.
Oh, yeah. We do.
Another fact that I did know, but I don't always remember to tell people, is that I always find it fascinating that, you know, if we're talking size comparisons to something like the mainland of the US, their population is spread, shall we say. You know, there are a lot of people that live on the coast, but it is fairly well spread out. In Australia, 90% of the population lives on the coast. So we very much enjoy our beaches. Yeah, and I know that the majority of those, I think is it like 3/4 of the population or something, are actually on the east coast of Australia. So there's definitely a far larger proportion over this side of the country than there is over the other. But yeah. The next fact, which I always think is something that we should be proud of. So Tasmania, that little island that sits off the bottom of Australia, that is still officially part of Australia, and it is one of our beautiful states, is currently the only state I have never visited, to be honest. It has the cleanest air in the world. So they've actually said that the air is as clean as the air around Antarctica, which I think is amazing.
Yes. It's a beautiful state.
Yes, I really, really want to go. And for us, you know, it's often called the Apple Isle. You know, they have that beautiful, cooler, crisp climate that's fantastic for growing apples and things.
It's glorious down there.
Yes, and they've got such beautiful national parks. I want to go one day. The next interesting fact, which again, I think a lot of the Aussies do know, you know, like we know a little bit about our own country, thank goodness, is that the Great Barrier Reef is the largest ecosystem in the world.
Yes.
So, and it is a very, very important ecosystem. There are so many species of animal that are native to there and nowhere else, and they certainly have a lot to do with helping to cleanse some of the ocean and of course giving us such beautiful beaches over here.
Yes.
So they say that they've actually got approximately or nearly 2,500 individual reef colonies. So it's quite substantial. And it does sort of spread out quite a long way. Like I'm actually in central Queensland, and of course it's way up in far north Queensland all the way down past me. So I believe it's about a 1,500 kilometre stretch, maybe 2,000.
Something like that,
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah, it is.
Now, one that you're probably a little bit more aware of than I am is that Australia apparently has over 60 separate wine regions. So we certainly have a couple of well-known wine regions like the Barossa and the Margaret River. They're world-class, world-famous, and Hunter Valley as well. But yeah, apparently we have 60 separate wine regions, which I did not know.
Yeah, we do. We have quite a few down here where I am.
I was going to say, you'd surely have a few down near your way in Victoria.
Certainly do, yes.
Next interesting fact. Oh, yes, I remember this one. Fraser Island is the largest sand island in the world.
Yeah.
So Fraser Island is a few hours south of me. It's beautiful. It's actually a state park, national park.
I think it's a national, isn't it?
I think it is a national park. If it's not, it's certainly a state park. Either way, you're not allowed to destroy it.
No.
It's absolutely beautiful. And of course, they are famous around the world for the fact that they have plenty of dingoes on the island. So when the population of the dingoes sort of goes a little bit out of control, unfortunately, sometimes they do have to cull a little bit. But the federal government are very, very much involved in making sure that, you know, they're not harmed unnecessarily. I also love the fact that when you go to Fraser Island, have you ever been to Fraser?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I love when you go to Fraser, they do a lot of four-wheel driving. So all around the beaches and things, you can go four-wheel driving. So whenever you're walking around, you've got to be looking in every direction because there may be cars coming. But they've got some amazing four-wheel drive tracks. I love the fact that even as a national park, you're still encouraged to be driving your vehicles through there, obviously safely and conservatively, but I love it. Fraser is a beautiful place to visit.
Sounds like it.
The Indian Pacific, so this is the train that goes between Perth in Western Australia and Sydney in New South Wales. So it goes straight across the country. The Indian Pacific train has the longest straight section of train track in the world. So I did know this. It's an amazing train ride. I would love to go on it. It's incredibly expensive. And it is incredibly booked out. Like I know that when you're booking for it, it's usually about 2 years in advance. It's an amazing trip to go on. The other one I would love to do is the Garn, which is
very much.
So that's between Adelaide in South Australia and Darwin up in Northern Territory. I think that's the other world famous one that I just think would be an amazing trip to do. But again, you've got to book it 18 months, 2 years out. And both of these trains are multiple nights on the train to get that far. Like it's not a quick train ride.
No, it's not. It's not. It's a journey in itself.
Absolutely. The next one, I love it. The Great Ocean Road is the world's largest war memorial.
Yes.
I did not realize that it was classed as a war memorial.
Yeah. It's beautiful and it's big.
Oh, yeah. We actually did the Great Ocean Road a while ago now. It was for my 30th birthday party. Or not my party, my 30th birthday celebration. Because my 30th actually fell on Melbourne Cup Day.
Okay.
Yes, and this was all pre-kids. So it was a time that sorry, for all of our overseas viewers, Melbourne Cup here it's nicknamed the race that stops the nation. It's a horse racing event. Anyone, I think is it all of Victoria or certainly in Melbourne Cup Day is a public holiday.
Yeah, it's Victoria.
It's not for the rest of the country. It is only for Victoria. But Melbourne Cup Day is a huge, huge sporting event. And, of course, there's races in that entire week. Like they've got their Ladies' Day and I don't even know what all the cups are called. But it's a huge celebration. So when my 30th fell on Melbourne Cup Day itself, I decided that was what I was going to do. I'm not huge into horse racing, but I thought, it's Melbourne Cup. You've got to do it once. So my hubby and I, we went down to Victoria and did Melbourne Cup Day. We ended up making it obviously a bit of a holiday because it's a bit of a trip from here. So we went up to Beechworth and had a couple of days up there. I'd heard good things about Beechworth, so we went up there before heading back to Melbourne for the Cup. And then afterwards, we did the Great Ocean Road. So
beautiful.
And we did the entire trip to Adelaide. And just, oh my goodness, the scenery was phenomenal. And we made sure we stopped over on Kangaroo Island and things. So, but that's an absolute highlight trip of my life. That was amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And just the number of shipwrecks and things that they've had that, again, it's not necessarily something that people think of about Australia. And even Australians don't really think about it because, it's such a country that's from so far away. Most people don't think to travel here, and especially back in the olden days with exploring, there wasn't that many people that wanted to travel this far. We've got some pretty harsh ocean and harsh terrain.
Yeah.
But no, I was fascinated when I read that it was the world's largest war memorial.
Yep.
This was interesting. It says 80% of the animals here in Australia are unique to Australia.
Yes.
So I think that's absolutely fascinating that, 80% of all the creatures that are here are only found here.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
It is.
It's a pretty special country. I'm very proud of my country.
So am I.
And I love the fact that, like I've already mentioned and shown the photos of the beautiful kangaroos that we get here and the wallabies every day.
Yep.
I was telling Kim off camera, even 4 o'clock this morning when I was awake, unfortunately with a headache, I heard the kookaburras doing their laugh and their morning call, and I love living out here. We do have such unique animals, and I love the fact that they're so unique, they're so special.
We get to enjoy it every day.
Absolutely. And yes, sometimes we probably do take it for granted, but
yeah,
I have to say, I think there is also a lot of the time where I don't. I really sit back and I enjoy them.
Yes.
Yeah, amazing. So some of those Aussie animal facts that some of the listeners and viewers may not be aware of is we have 2 animals in Australia that are mammals that actually lay eggs.
Yeah.
And they're called monotremes. They're a very, very special thing. And the 2 monotremes we have are echidnas, which are, I'm going to say, like a spiny anteater. They're not like a porcupine. They're very much more like an anteater. They're a gorgeous little animal, but they do have very, very sharp spikes. And the other is platypus.
Yes.
So we've got some pretty special animals just in those 2. Obviously we're well known for our koalas and our kangaroos. What I think a lot of the world don't realize is, unfortunately, koalas, they get quite unwell, and in the wild community there's grave concerns over the repopulation of koalas because they've ended up having chlamydia being spread, and up until recently they've had no cure. And of course, chlamydia, like in humans, it does cause infertility. And so, there was this big concern that basically the koalas were going to become extinct because they were just going to be so riddled with chlamydia. But I have been reading that finally there's an Australian team that have come up with a vaccine for the chlamydia infection in koalas, and they're hoping to get it rolled out pretty soon. So I think that's amazing.
I think they're starting.
Yes. I believe it was starting in, I want to say, was it Queensland?
I think so, yeah.
And then they were going to be rolling it out to the rest of the country once they were getting the numbers sufficient here.
Yeah.
But I think it's an amazing work. And, Australians do have a lot of amazing input in the medical industry in total.
Yeah.
We develop a lot of vaccines. The cervical cancer vaccine was developed here in Queensland. Some of the first COVID vaccines, they were developed here in Queensland. Queensland actually have very, very good vaccination research teams.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I mean, there's Australians that over, I think was it in WA, actually created the cochlear implant.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, and of course we've got the amazing memory of Fred Hollows, who came up with very simple techniques and cost-effective techniques to be able to help some of the common causes of blindness in, I'm going to say, more rural cultures. So certainly African cultures as well as Aboriginal cultures.
That's right.
And his legacy still lives on. I think,
it does.
Is it like $30 or something can restore the sight to
$30 can restore the sight, yes.
Yeah. Just
someone
amazing.
From over there. Yeah, it is. We should be really proud of what we've developed and stuff. Yeah, that's the word. Thank you.
We are such a small country, as far as population goes.
But not when it comes to advances and stuff.
No.
We're right up there.
And I think we're very lucky that we have a lot of, we don't necessarily have lots and lots of income, but whether you like our government or not, they do support a lot of research into these things. They are interested in betterment.
Yes, and we have a lot of investors from America who invest in our research.
Absolutely. And same with Europe. We have a lot of and drug companies, that's obviously a field I'm more comfortable talking about, but we certainly have a lot of them on a regular basis being over here and watching what the Aussies are researching and creating and investing in it.
Yeah, because we're so good at it.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's certainly a very special country, I think. But I'm slightly biased.
I think it is, yeah. So am I. Yeah, I'm very biased, but well.
I'm okay with that.
So am I.
And I love the fact that we created Wi-Fi.
Yes.
I think that's something that's pretty special.
Yeah, so do I. We've done some amazing things.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And the good old Hills hoist. I know that was very much an invention. Yes. And of course, all of our foreign listeners are busy like, what the heck is a Hills hoist? So funnily enough, it was by a man by the surname of Hills. Hill or Hills, I can't remember which, but it's the rotary clothesline.
Yes.
So yes, it was called a Hills hoist, and every Australian still calls it a Hills hoist. We don't call it a rotary clothesline.
No, we don't.
But yeah, great invention. Complete logic. Why had it not been thought of before?
Yeah, exactly.
Next Aussie fact. Again, something I often forget. For Uluru, so what was previously known as Ayers Rock, that lovely, lovely big monolith of a structure in the middle of Australia, 2.5 kilometers of it is underground.
Yeah.
We were thinking that the next bit that we might have a little bit of fun with is we would talk Australian slang, because I didn't realise how much slang we use. And it's only been talking to some of our American friends that they'll sort of say, what does this mean? Oh, I didn't know it was slang. So let's talk some of our slang terms. There's certainly ones that we love to shorten things. Let's start with the shortening of something. So I think our most common one is we like to use acronyms of things, and then half the time we find the acronyms are too long, so we might shorten them again. So the massively famous one is the Melbourne Cricket Ground. So we often would call it the MCG, because who wants to say Melbourne Cricket Ground all the time? And then half the time we decide we're going to get really, really lazy and we just call it the G.
That's right.
Because apparently Melbourne Cricket Ground and MCG is too long. So we definitely do shorten things like that. And also with names of things, we love to end it with an sound. So things like AC/DC, to an Aussie, they are always Akadaka.
Yep.
I don't know why. It's almost as long as AC/DC. We haven't actually shortened it, but it is always Akadaka.
Exactly.
And often things like Sharon would be called Shazza. Darren would be called Jazza. Like we always love our sound or an O sound. So things like afternoon, we call Arvo.
Yeah. Which
is different from an avo, which is your avocado. So please don't confuse arvo with avo.
No.
Of course, the other thing that we are definitely well known for is our barbecues. So we always call them Barbies, not to be confused with the dog. If you have a Barbie, you're having a barbecue. We do have to talk about bogans. I think bogans is quite an important one. For the Americans, it's probably more like a redneck.
Yes.
So it's just sort of people that aren't particularly well off, shall we say? And here they tend to doing what we call lapping, which is where they waste a fortune on petrol or fuel and they just drive around showing off their cars on a particular day of the week, because apparently that's the thing.
Exactly.
So they tend to be bogans. We've also got bludgers. You got to love a bludger. So for a bludger, this is more like someone who is slack. You know, they're not doing their job completely, or they're a little bit on the lazy side. They're a bit of a bludger.
Yep.
I did not realize that until fairly recently that our bottle-os are not normal. Did you know this, Kim? Did you know that bottle-os in Australia are very different to anywhere else?
No.
So we are one of the only countries in the world where you have a drive-through bottle shop.
Oh.
Yes, that is actually an Australian thing.
Okay.
Yes. Right. So a bottle-o is where you can buy bottles of alcohol. So a bottle-o is just the bottle shop. And yes, in Australia, we more often than not will have a drive-through attached to the bottle-o, which is often attached to a pub. So they've basically got like a little separate driveway section. Instead of having to go into the pub, you can just drive through. Yeah. So you don't even have to get out of your car to get your alcohol. I think that's always great.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. We've got terms like brekkie, which is short for breakfast, because again, we do like to shorten our terms, of course.
Yep.
And of course, we love to shorten words like chocolate to chocky. We don't call them cookies, we call them biscuits. So it's a bicky. So you can have a chocky bicky.
Yes.
Oh, now a dag. We do have to talk about a dag. There's been a few times that I've called people dags and I get funny looks and funny comments. So a dag can just be someone who, how would you describe it? A little bit nerdy, a little bit less into their appearance, maybe, like a little bit, you know, just more comfortable in their clothing. They don't have to get all dressed up. So that can be a bit of a dag. So it's generally a term of endearment. I wouldn't say that it's an insult.
No.
Oh yes, and dacks being like pants.
Oh yeah.
That seems to throw people. And when we say like tracksuit pants, we call them tracky dacks.
Yeah, so we do.
A lot of people don't necessarily know what we're talking about when we say tracky dacks. Oh, and we are the only country in the world who is legally allowed to call McDonald's Macca's.
Oh, Macca's. Yep.
I think most Australians would blink at you if you said McDonald's. Everyone calls it Macca's here. But I know that they actually did have legalities drawn up and it is official. We are the only country in the world that can call it Macca's. And there are some of the restaurants here in Australia are actually listed on the sign as Macca's. They are not as McDonald's.
Yep.
So yes, it's very much an Australian thing to call them Macca's.
Yes.
A sanger is a sandwich.
Yes.
So you can often have like a sausage sanger. So sausage sizzle is the other one that we will often call it.
Yes.
Where it's just a piece of bread with your barbecued sausage in it with some tomato sauce. Sorry, ketchup for some of the Americans.
Yep. Don't forget the onions.
And onions. I was going to say you have to remember your onions.
Yeah.
And of course, we always have our Bunnings barbecues, don't we?
Oh yeah.
Bunnings sausage sizzle every Sunday. They usually do it as Bunnings is our big warehouse type hardware store. So they've got a bit of everything. And usually they will have it as a fundraiser for various local community groups or sporting teams that can actually hold the sausage sizzle. Bunnings usually donate, like they'll provide the barbecue and the gas. They'll often donate some of the like, I'm going to say the ingredients, the bread and the sausages and things, or at least
Yes.
part of it. And
Yes.
then, you know, if they're expecting more, the whatever club that they're raising the money for will often top it up. But yeah, it gives them an opportunity to be able to raise money every weekend. It's often definitely on Sundays. It's often on Saturdays as well. So
yeah, it's down here.
Yeah, Bunnings sausage sizzles. Yep, very quintessential Australian.
They are. Amount of times I've gone to Bunnings just for a sausage.
Definitely in our name, we have to talk about the fact Sheila's. Sheila's is a very Australian term, which just means woman, female.
Yeah, female.
So yeah, it's probably not a term that a lot of the rest of the world know about, but yeah, Sheila's is just female, just a woman.
Yep, just a woman.
Except we're a pretty special woman.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Good old sickie.
Oh yeah.
Chuck a sickie. So chuck a sickie is definitely a very Aussie term, and that basically just means you're going to have a day off work sick. So you chuck a sickie. Yep. If you take a sickie, that normally just means you are genuinely sick and you are having a sick day. If you chuck a sickie, that normally means you probably weren't that unwell, but you needed a day off. So you took it anyway.
Yep.
I think that's an important distinction.
It is very.
So a stubby is like your small bottle of beer.
Yes.
And so then we have a stubby holder, which is like your, what do you call it? I don't even know what material that's made out of.
Neoprene.
Like neoprene. Yes, neoprene. I was going to say it's like a wetsuit material. And so it's just like a little cup shape, and it goes on your bottle to keep it nice and cool. So it's a stubby cooler, or a stubby holder.
Stubby holder.
See, we call them coolers.
Yeah, we call them holders down here.
Probably because we call them coolers because it actually does keep them cool for a little bit longer. It's an important distinction in Queensland.
Yeah.
Occasionally you might hear, especially Kim and I, sort of saying that we're stuffed. It depends on the context. So stuffed usually means you're tired or you've eaten too much food.
Yes.
So you've got to listen to the context to understand which way we're talking, but that's definitely it. And of course we do shrink in our words again. So sunglasses are always sunnies. You can't find your sunnies.
Yeah.
And a tinny. Again, context is important for tinny because there are two meanings for tinny. Tinny is either your little aluminium boat. That's a tinny. Your other option is like a can of, it's usually a can of beer, but it can be a can of soft drink. You can still have a tinny of that.
Yeah.
We're very slack with talking properly. So we often will say ya instead of you, or if it's multiple, like if there's a group of you, it will be yous.
Yes,
we're a bit slack with that. Yep. Whoop is the middle of nowhere. It's out the back and beyond.
Yeah.
That's definitely a very Australian term. Back in the middle of whoop whoop. The last one I wanted to finish with because I think it's the one that we're most well known for, and it's the most highly controversial one. Thongs.
Thongs, yes.
Thongs. We need to discuss thongs.
We do.
So in Australia, you need to be very careful with how you say something because there are thongs, a thong, and tongs, all of which can sound very, very similar and all have extremely different meanings. So you need to be very careful with which term you are using. So a thong is the piece of underwear that everyone seems to think that we are referring to when we say thongs. No, we are not. A thong is the underwear. If you are wearing thongs, you are wearing them on your feet. So they are not underwear. They are otherwise known as jandals, flip-flops. I don't know what other places use, but it's the bit of like rubber with the plastic bit that goes across your feet and in between your toes.
Yes.
It's beachwear, beach footwear. They are thongs. They will never be anything else other than thongs in Australia. So you got to love it. Okay, just join us on the crazy side. It is who we are.
Yeah.
But it is also important not to confuse them with tongs, which are, of course, your barbecue implements.
Yes.
So I know that one of my best friends is Norwegian, and she struggled quite a while because the T and the TH sounds were kind of similar for them.
Yes.
Yes, so my poor Norwegian friend, she had no end of trouble with trying to be able to distinguish between thongs, tongs, and a thong. So
yes.
I had hours and hours of entertainment at her expense, the poor love.
I can imagine.
Especially when we were at university and we were often drinking and out at the clubs. So
yeah. Yes, yes. Yes, that would have been fun.
But otherwise, I think that about does us, doesn't it, Kim?
Oh, I think it does, yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed our WIP and chat, and I hope you enjoyed us talking about some of the amazing companies that are available down in Australia and New Zealand. I think it'd be nice to get our names out there a little bit more in the world. But for anyone who's viewed it, I hope you enjoy learning a little bit more about Australia and having a little bit more understanding of what we are and who we do. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you do like our video, and if you want to join us along for more videos, of course, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and you can enjoy our crazy videos and us making fun of each other all the time. And of course, some of the unboxings that we do. And if you have other terms that you would like mentioned or discussed in future videos, or you want us to explain, please add it in the comments down below. And if you've tried any of these wonderful small shops, add that in the comments down below. We'd love to hear about it. But otherwise, I think that does us. Thanks again to Brittany and Robin for hosting this amazing event and for letting us show our video as part of this playlist that they've organised. And obviously to all of our viewers, please make sure that you go and watch all of the other amazing creators that are also part of this premiere series. So I hope everyone has a really good day, really good week, and we will see you in a video very soon. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.